Yeah. Let's go. They can see that I'm the legend. Got the gold in my possession. No doubt in my mind, no question. I hold the keys to my successes. Greatness lives inside of me. Cut me open, bleed royalty. I've never known defeat. That's for the weak. For the throne, you better show loyalty. Nothing can stand in my way. I look it right in the face. I'm never slowing down. Yeah, I'm winning this race. Can't hold me back. Can't hold me down. It's time for me to own it now. I'm on a whole new level. I'm on a whole new level. I'm on a whole new level.
Oh man, I still love that intro. Thank you, Jeff, for hooking us up. Hello, Tyler, and welcome to episode 31 of Cow Tech.
Good to see everybody again. Thanks for joining us.
It is definitely going to be a good one. It's been one that I've been waiting for a while now, and we got all the racers, all the bashers coming on board. It's going to be a good one, and I'm definitely looking forward to having our guests and stuff like that. So as you can see in the comment, we are going to be collecting the hashtags for later in the show, depending on what they pick as their product. So definitely super cool. Man, I love that everybody went and signed in and has all of their avatars showing. It is super cool. Welcome everybody. Cinco de Mayo, eh? Oh my!
That's right.
Word. I didn't even know that.
I forgot about that. It doesn't seem like it's on Sunday very often. I always feel like it's on a Friday mostly, but I guess I'm getting too old.
So you can party for sure.
That's right. Yeah, Sunday. Who cares about that?
All right. So it's been a hot minute. I know we're definitely loving the fact that we can still bring awesome content to you guys, and we're actually getting a lot of awesome support, not only from the community, but we're actually getting some of the team guys to jump on board and kind of help us out a little bit with their perspective and how they use the products. So we're going to get a little taste of bash, and we're going to get a big taste of race. So we got two awesome guests, but before we get into the guests, we got to take care of a little bit of business. We got some good news because I think I know what's in box number one for me. So, Tyler, if you want to explain what we got going on with the CowRC products and what's available now.
Yes. So you guys see sitting on my table here is the new Jet Blaster Mini. So this is actually shipped and actually should, if you've pre-ordered it, everyone should have theirs by now. But if you haven't pre-ordered it, it's in the store. So if you haven't seen our previous episodes where we talked about this, I'll kind of give you a quick, gist of what we got going on here. So the awesome thing about the Jet Blaster Mini is it's got a vacuum and blower option. So the attachment I have here is actually the vacuum option. So what it does, and all of these accessories come with the Jet Blaster Mini, and the attachment I have here is for the vacuum. So basically what it does is it vacuums and then collects all the particulates in this little container here. And then it also has a variable speed adjustable switch here. So you can go from light to heavy. And then we've got a bunch of different attachments for the blowing side of it. So some thin needle stuff, some larger ones, even have a brush to kind of agitate some things. So the nice thing about this is, you can use it on the go. It's all battery operated, USB rechargeable. So the USB charging port goes into the bottom here. It actually lasts a long time. I haven't had to recharge mine. I haven't used it a ton yet, but what I've been doing is taking it with me. So very portable, fits in your pocket, fits in your backpack, fits in your race bag. It's very easy. And it's all battery operated. So a nice, real easy to use tool for cleaning things out, whether on the go or at home. I like to use the vacuum part to kind of clean out the corners of my mats. So rather than blowing out the debris and it be all over my work area, I take the vacuum part and suck all of that out. So it just makes kind of life easier on the go and in the workshop. So these are out in the store now. If you've pre-ordered it, thank you. And you'll be shipping, or you should be seeing that shipment coming to you any day now. So again, kind of plugging in our Cow-Tech code. So if you haven't taken advantage of this and anything else in the store, you'll save 10% at checkout by putting in Cow-Tech at the promo code space.
Yeah, man. And I've seen a whole bunch of new people signing on. And Walter, your avatar's awesome. And Jason, yours as well. So we got one with the Mud Boss on there, which I was showing off mine earlier. And then it looks like that X-Max XR. This looks like a big boy toy that Chris would definitely be into for sure. And then you got this one here, which is definitely looking pretty dialed. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Obviously, racing and bashing is on the agenda for today. We are going to talk about one more product before we bring it on board.
Kind of two, in a way. So we've got, on my right here, we have the baby Carbon Series mat with the magnetics. So just like the large one, just like the small one, and this is the mini one. So it's about, so the size of this is 5 inches by 8 inches. And you can get the optional magnetic, which is 4 inches by 6 inches. So if you're familiar with these, we give these little magnetics away sometimes as freebies with orders occasionally. So if you have one of these, hold on to it because it will fit inside of your baby Carbon Series mat. So these, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's so dialed. It just looks awesome.
It's really cool.
I can't believe how small they are too. It's like it's awesome.
So yeah, it's made the same material as the larger Carbon Series mats. It's got, it's got 2 compartments on each side here. Actually, it's a pretty deep. It's hard to, well, you kind of maybe tell there, but it's really deep tray setting. So perfect, for holding screws. It's a nice little tray, parts and part tray strip. If you want to use it for that too. So really need to do like maybe some diff building on. So just a cool little item that CowRC's come up with. And so we're looking about 8 to 10 weeks on these guys. So it's out a little ways. So just be patient about that. They are going to come out at a price point of $10 for the Carbon Series mat and then $2 for the magnetic. So the combo of $12 if you get both of them together. And then our second little guy is baby Mousepad. So again, same size as this one. Now this one has actually come out a little bit sooner. So this one will actually be ready in about 2 to 3 weeks. And for the Mousepad itself is $5. And again, the magnetics is $2. So just kind of a nice little thing here. It actually fits, your actual mouse on it. So.
And the best part is about the minis, like literally for $2 and $5, you're getting like a good sample size. So you can basically try before you buy, because the bigger mats are a big investment and it'll make your pit area dialed, but you want to make sure you get the right one for your application. So getting these minis in and being able to touch and feel and see how cool they are in person, it will make your ordering decision for the big stuff that much simpler. So I got to give Heath props for that. And the whole micro scene from last show, oh my God, obviously they're waiting for these to blow up too. It's funny because the micro thing wasn't as micro as I thought, because I had somebody bring me one of their built micros this weekend when we were at our race, and I thought it was a 10 scale.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, they get big. It's amazing. You can, I think, like a nice axial 24 scale is about $150, maybe a little bit less. I mean, you can make those things a $500 RC all day long with very little help. I mean, you get big tires, you get big motors. I mean, the sky's the limit.
Huh. Crazy.
It is crazy. But the cool thing with these guys, with these baby mats, is we're also going to come out with. So if you guys are familiar with our RC maintenance kits, they're kind of like our sample kits. So we have samples of udder butter, part and chassis wash, hide wipes, etc., and some other components. We're going to actually start making some new RC maintenance kits with you either getting one of these mats separately or getting them combined. So check that out when these things start landing. Check those out. There'll be some cool little combos with that. Just kind of a neat, just kind of going with our theme with sample size. Like Adam said, if you're, wanting to get into a Carbon Series mat and you're not quite sure about it, and again, without even trying these, all of CowRC's products are 100% satisfaction guarantee or your money back. So I think I mentioned that in the last episode. It happens very rarely, but if in the fact that you purchase a product for CowRC and it doesn't meet your expectations, just message CowRC and say, hey, here's my problem. If we can't help you diagnose the problem, your money back, no questions asked. So obviously we want to retain you as a customer. So we want to try to help you. But if that's not the option, money back guarantees. So your risk is very little.
All right. So Johnny's asking if you can get the dragon header on the Mini. I don't think you can, but what I've been doing is you can order the different sticker theme packs, and you can pretty much put whatever one you want on it. Because obviously me with the green streak stuff, I got to have a little something on there. So yes, that was a good question.
Great idea.
And yeah, I agree. The touch and feel is key to the experience. The bigger mat, for sure, because it's always a little, nerve wracking when you're throwing down that kind of money. But to be able to sample it is definitely pretty cool.
Yeah, and the RC maintenance kits are really neat. It's almost like a nice little travel pack. So it's like, you can think of it as like a first aid kit. You have a first aid kit maybe keep in your car or your backpack. Think of those RC maintenance kits, and they're on the CowRC website. So if you look on the left-hand column, there'll be different categories: cleaning, lubrication, jet blasters. One of the top ones is RC maintenance kits, and kind of think of it as a first aid kit. Yeah. So actually, the one right above that, Adam, it's actually the top one. So if you click on that, it gives you a different variety of different stuff. So you get some small magnetics, small bottles of part and chassis wash, small containers of hide wipes. So just kind of like a first aid kit, throw in your bag, throw in your vehicle, whatever you want to use it for, and you're good to go.
Good to go. And it's definitely awesome because you get so many different products all at the same time. So it's a win-win. But you know what else is also a win-win? Not only having one guest, but having two guests. So you think we should bring those two on or what?
Let's do it.
All right. So we are going to bring two guests on. Here we go. Welcome to the show, guys.
What's going on, guys?
Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us tonight.
So we got both Chris and Zach, both from the CowRC team. Obviously, you guys have seen their CowRC content. Even if you might not necessarily know them, they've been throwing out bangers for a while. We'll kind of get to know them. Since Chris is right below me, what basically got you started, one, in the hobby, and then two, kind of with CowRC? Because I got to hear the story, because I don't even know how you got on the team, to tell you the truth.
Well, what got me into the hobby really was, I got an RC car when I was like 12 years old, and it was busted up, and my dad said he would fix it, I think, and it never got fixed. Anyways, fast forward like 20 years, 15 years ago, I bought my first hobby grade low C monster truck, and upgraded that, went to race cars, started racing buggies and short course trucks and this and that. And really my love for the hobby is just bashing. And, the cars are really super expensive to have and bash. And so, I needed something to take care of them. And being at the track, I seen a lot of this CowRC stuff floating around, between racers and mainly racers. I can name a few guys off the top of my head, but they really turned me on to the product, and it's just been over since then. So
nice. So basically, you gave racing a try for a quick sec and just stuck with the bashing stuff. And I seen your posts, like some of your kits that you have for bashing. I wouldn't even bash them. Like they're so nice looking. Like it's like it's amazing that they call it bashing. But what do you prefer to do? Like I know you're trying to hit that 100 mark, and it's a hard thing to do with the size vehicle you're doing it with.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Well, really, because I don't know how you do it, Adam. I see you got your whole kids at the track, taking them with you racing, and I tried that. So it's just too hard. So really what I try to do is just involve the community the best I can and get as many kids and adults, together on the weekends and
nice.
Just go out and have fun and try to educate those that I help, throughout the day. And just growing the RC community.
Yeah, I'm super blessed. My son has obviously turned a corner. He's more like Zach though, because he is racing. Like that is it. He only wants to race, and he's always on pin it to win it. Like he's on kill. But now he's just started learning the setup changes, communicating to me that if we actually do stuff to the vehicle, it will actually be better for him on the track. So instead of just doing what dad runs, he's actually like, okay, let's try different stuff, right? So it has been a blessing to have my kids involved. And then my daughter, the difference between the boys and the girls, from my experience, is she just goes for personal best, and she just wants to be herself. And now that there's other girls in it, she wants to be the number one girl. So she always like sets her goals more realistic, where Nathan, he just wants to beat everybody. Qualified 5th into the A main at our big race this weekend. So super proud dad there. And just been
Awesome.
He's 12 years old now. So he's like kind of like just, you can tell that it's going to be there. It's just we're still focused on the fun. Like he was in there playing army tag, basketball, like not anything RC related, and then he still goes and A mains it. I couldn't even A main it. So like, what the heck? Maybe dad needs to start having.
He
more
stays
fun.
cool. He stays cool, and he's just hanging out there. He's not nervous.
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Everybody want to beat everyone too. I feel him. Yeah, it's funny. The fun factor though is what keeps me going back. And honestly, the group, and I'm sure it's the same around where both of you guys are at. The group of enthusiasts is what it feeds your energy, right? Because you're not thinking about work, you're not thinking of the regular day-to-day issues. You're going there and you're completely free in your element, and you just get to relax and enjoy the time. So to me, that's what's worth it big time. So Zach, obviously the videos, I appreciate the video content that you've been helping me out with. You've been putting up some bangers on the site and stuff like that, and obviously full on racing. So do you want to give some people your background and kind of how you got into this great hobby?
Yeah, I started racing about 3 years ago, so not too terribly long, but basically I had a couple of really bad motorcycle accidents, and after the second one, I was looking for something else to get into. So I had started with a two-wheel drive short course at my local track, and just got the bug from there. Didn't take long before going to 8 scale, running e-buggy, and just try to get out as much as I can, at least twice a month. I've got a lot of great tracks within just a couple hour drive from where I'm at. So it's you could almost race every weekend where I'm at if you didn't mind driving 2 hours or so.
That's
so
sweet.
It's made for a great hobby. Yeah, we're really blessed where we're at here in upstate South Carolina. There's a lot of good racing, and like what you were saying, Adam, there's such a good core group of racers in the area that you might be 5 hours from where you're normally at, and most of those people are still going to be there that you're going to see. So like I said, it just helps kind of thrive you into it even more.
Yeah, we actually call it the traveling circus, because it's a bunch of Canadians, and like literally we all have our campers, and we just like we be in the most random spot too. Yeah, it's always a good time too. And the best part is the majority of us have children the same age, and they've been growing up together. And honestly, they can still go out and play. They can run around. We don't have to, because everybody knows everybody. It's an awesome traveling community. And at first, like when we first started getting into it, I was like a little hesitant to let my kids go run around with all these strangers. And 6 years later, boom, it's like you can see the new parents coming into the hobby with the kids that are a little bit younger. They're a little nervous, but like after a few weeks and they get a month into the series, they're like, you know, they can't believe like how nice and inviting everybody is, because let's face it, we're there with the same purpose and everybody wants to see everybody finish. And we're going to do whatever we can. Cause like, I don't want somebody to drive 4 hours and be like eliminated because of a $9 part. You know what I mean? Like everybody, everybody helps out. And that's what makes the community so much fun. And like, I've seen both of you guys helping out others in the pits and around, showing off all the CowRC products, which I know, Chris, I know you have a pretty dialed setup. And then Zach, we got a sneak peek. I don't know if we can show it off, but he's got this like Army surplus mega station, and he brings that out to the setup. And being able to help other people and introduce them to the CowRC products is one amazing thing, because you know what, the tire wash, I couldn't even wash my own tires. Everybody was stealing it from me the first event there when we had it. So it's cool to have everybody out and about. But man, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some stuff from Chris, because like, I'm not gonna lie, racing is my passion because I like the competitive side, but bashing for me is more fun. I don't feel there's no pressure. I just get to go there and kind of run whenever you want. What kind of bashing is your favorite at the moment?
So we actually here in Washington, we go to these parks. They're, you know, probably for, I don't know, 4 or 5 acres, maybe not that, a few acres. They're pretty big, enough to run big 25-pound trucks. And we set up cones and we race. And we got some guys that race, you know, 2-3 times a month, and it becomes just like standing on the side of a track, you know. Maybe not quite as organized, you know, with, you know, what do you call those?
You know, like the transponders and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we set up big jumps, you know. So we got racing going on, and we got big. I just built the mega ramp, and it's like
I saw that.
It's really just come and have fun and you know, smile and meet new people. So,
well, Chris, you're building some monster speed machines, right? You have a truck. You have a 12S.
Yeah,
are you running on it?
Yeah, we got I just built an X Max that's 12S. It's a pretty neat truck. It's got a Hobby Wing 560 kV in it.
Wow,
that's insane.
Yeah,
that is insane.
They're awesome. They're pretty.
So
awesome.
so what do you so tell us about, so you're throwing massive amounts of power on that truck. So I assume, how often are you rebuilding those diffs in that truck?
So the way I maintain my trucks is, man, I keep them pretty much spotless with water and my CowRC products, because this just like fends off the dirt and the mud and the grease, and until like my 3rd or 4th wash, then I pretty much take the whole truck apart, kind of like a racer would, and OCD kicks in. So I don't really ever let my trucks go, because we're racing and I do want to win, you know, because I want the bragging rights, just like, and if your truck is not, you know, up to par, you're not going to win. So
that's awesome. Well, I mean, especially having, you know, the right type of products when you're building that type of heat and beating those trucks up. I mean, so you were saying before the show, is that the truck that you're trying to get to 100 miles an hour in?
No, that's just an X Max behind me that, you know, that's just street only. It's running on Gone Banana foams, and the suspension's there's no suspension in it actually, in all 3 diffs. But we're running the XRTs mainly and the Crate 8s for racing. You know, there's a lot of adjustment in the Crate 8s. Not so much the XRTs, but you can you know, set up the Cratons a lot better for racing.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Those are almost like the Truggy though, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a lot of adjustability in that then.
Yeah, and some of the faster guys that we're racing with in our groups are, everyone's going to 12S because it's just as fast as you can go. There really isn't any kind of classes here, so
Right.
we're going to try to make that happen because 12S is just way too much now, and it's.
So 12S is beyond like what's controllable. Are you saying?
Well, not really, and you got to have the right environment. Definitely.
Okay.
But we run spikes on them. We're running a lot of the 5Ts and the 5Bs and stuff, and the fifth scale stuff. And if you tune them and set them up like you would on a track, they're not wheeling over backwards and they're not rolling in the corners, and right shock oil, right diff oil, and
yeah. Well, speaking of diffs, that's what I kind of wanted to ask about. Running that kind of power, how's the udder butter hold up in the diffs there? Because man, those diffs got to be like pretty big.
They're pretty beefy. Udder butter holds up awesome. I don't really use like a whole ton of it, just enough to kind of
coat.
Right.
Yeah, just like not even really. Maybe sometimes I probably put too much on, but just enough to put like a film on it.
Right.
And smooth out the gears and helps with rust a lot. So that's really why I love this stuff so much, is because it's super user friendly, and it's not like super tacky glue like automotive grease would be. And but the diffs,
that's great.
Yeah,
that's what we talk about that pretty frequently on the show about how to properly lubricate your gears, and you don't need a ton.
Right.
It's just a little bit goes a long way, and especially like yourself and a lot of guys that rebuild their trucks often. And then you should, you don't need to do it every time you drive it, but you should do like a routine maintenance depending on how much you use it, how hard you are on it, especially water, those type of things. And it's nice to be able to have a grease and products that actually last long, but everything needs to be reapplied. So you don't need to, take a whole syringe or a whole tub of udder butter and throw it into a diff. You just kind of coat the gears like you were saying, and that's enough.
Yeah. And I think that Zach will be kind of a little bit similar to me, because what do you do for your process for the diffs? Because I know I seen on the video, and it looks like you just do the one ring gear and snap it in, and then you just roll it in that way, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Usually I don't go any more than 3 hours of runtime or 3 race days max without rebuilding my diffs, because the udder butter is fine. It can go the distance.
Yeah.
But usually about that time, the silicone, the oil in the disc is already starting to get metallic or starting to brown out. So that's about my time that I won't go any further without servicing them. But yeah, the same way, just a light coating, packing the teeth of the ring gear, wiping off the excess and pop them in. Is it any more than that is just, pushed out and kind of excess drag, and just wasting product.
Agreed. And that's a good tip for the racers out there, because typically if you have to change diff fluids based on temperature or track conditions, depending on how your vehicle is handling, because this weekend, from what I had at Psycho Nitro to go into John's track, I had to go down almost 6,000 K in my center diff, because I felt like I had no pull. Because John's track is shorter, where PMB, you're giving it, right? Like it was larger straights, bigger jumps and stuff like that. So I had to I hate even using this word, dumb it down, but like I had to calm down the center so then I could start applying the power and not overdriving the car. So in situations like that, obviously when we're rebuilding diffs, it's going to be the exact same way.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's a nice drag car, by the way, Doug.
Yeah, he's got some nice stuff. Yeah, we saw those on the gosh, what episode was that? Like 10-ish, when Doug and Mason were on. He had those hanging up.
Yeah, it was pretty cool for sure. But so Zach, you're racing for Mugen, and what is your favorite class now?
E-buggy is all that I run, but my preference, and going to a racer class is I prefer tracks that actually don't separate pro and sportsman. Those that run just, whether you want to call it open buggy or just an e-buggy class. And it's like Sean Harding, who's down here around me. I think he's actually tied in with Roar. I don't know if he's a regional director or not, but he runs a multi-race point series. And that's the way he runs that series is it's just nitro buggy, e-buggy, truggy. There's no division of anything. That's what I really enjoy because locally around here, I'm at my local tracks. I'm usually either a very fast sportsman or bottom of the barrel pro, kind of like right on that cusp between the two. But I've been running more and more pro class at my local tracks since year pretty much. And I've actually enjoyed it a lot too.
That's awesome.
It's cleaner
totally
racing in the pro.
Yeah, I totally agree. I always felt like when I used to race, I felt like I got better by getting beat because the guy you're trying to keep up with those guys. Like if you're in the lead and you're constantly winning sportsmen, you're kind of just coasting. You're just trying to keep it enough where you're not wrecking and you're not pushing it. And I used to race at a place called RC Factory, and these guys that raced there were amazing. Everybody just, whooped me every weekend, but it was fine because they were super helpful with tips. They just showed you the line, and you follow them as best you can, and until you flop over and you keep going. I totally agree with you, Zach. That's a great philosophy. That's a cool track concept.
Yeah, that's what I enjoy. It's just like long as the racing is close, that's what I get off on. I could be, dead last in a C main, but if it's me and two other guys running nose to tail, side by side, lap after lap, fighting for dead last, I have an absolute ball with that. Just close, tight racing.
Yeah, and see me, it's with the older guys now. I don't mind the older class. Yeah, oh yeah, and we had such a good time. But John does it the exact same way, where it's all one class. So he doesn't break it up.
Nice.
So you had 80 guys in one class, and either you're in the A main or you're not. And everybody wants to be in the A main, but you got to earn it. So I love that because now everybody's trying to get to the show. And when he has the bigger events like the Nitro Blast, he'll actually have 4 bump spots. So every time you're out on the track, it's like you got a 50-50 chance almost, man. It's so much fun.
Oh,
Doorcoat with tie. Oh yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, we used to race there all the time. That was the nights that unfortunately that track shut down. I guess about 2 years ago now. But yeah, that was a nice local fun track. We had a good time with that.
Yeah, who doesn't love winning once? Yeah, but see, the thing that I like, even at Joe's race this weekend, Silver State, 1,200 entries, almost 194, I think was the final total. But that is broken up into I think 15 different classes. Oh my God, my friends are there right now. They start at 8 in the morning, race till 3. So it's you're going to be on an RC hangover after an event like that. I don't care how into RC you are, but in 45 pieces of CowRC, make a magic potion to fix that.
So that's actually, I know he's joking, but kind of a question maybe for that Chris could answer. So, Chris is the X-Max king here in this foursome we have going on here. So, Chris, what products are you using on your big go fast cars, and how are you, I guess, working out the kinks and making them last long?
Well, my main go-to products for maintaining my trucks are my CowRC Mouselick, which I live in Washington, so it's always wet and gloomy and stuff. In the wintertime, I spray this stuff all over my truck. And it keeps the rust away, running through the grass or running through the puddles. And when I get home, I mix up my CowRC concentrate. What do you call this? Part and chassis wash. And you break it down into, I think I mix it 50 to 1. I don't I don't remember what I mixed it at.
You don't go
51
scientific like Tyler, right? You're like me. I just eyeball it.
Right.
It lasts me a while, but guys, I use this stuff like every day. I swear, every day.
Oh, okay.
And then I put it in here, which is this super awesome, man. I didn't know if I was gonna like this, but it's amazing. And I just spray down.
Oh, yes, it is.
And I use a little handheld pressure washer because sometimes I bring out 4 or 5 trucks, and it takes a long time in your trucks. And then I'm just gonna say it right now because I got 2 of them actually because they're my favorite. And this is what saves all my trucks right here is the jet blaster, the turbo jet blaster. I actually just got this one from Heath. It's the I forget what
Variable speed.
Yeah, variable speed.
Variable speed. Oh my gosh! So doing this after I get it dry, I'll hit it with some mousse slick again, or I'll use I use it all actually. I use this in like my cups and my bearings and stuff, and basically that's how my cars last. I don't really get much rust unless I get a little lazy. It happens sometimes, but
Yeah.
as long as
that's
all these
products. Well, I'm sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I would say that's exact. I mean, you're talking about the exact way that you should use the products. I mean, it's going through after you use it, get all the moisture out of it before you put it back on the shelf, and it's ready to go the next time. Especially if you're running a company that sells upgraded parts for these trucks, and you're selling them to clients who are putting more money into it. And the last thing you want, especially for your clients to do is to spend the money and then they aren't using the products or a product to really clean them up and make them last long. So you can throw as many awesome parts at these things, but if you don't clean them, you don't maintain them, they're not going to perform.
Yeah.
And they're not going to last as long either.
Yeah, that's the main thing, because in the end, you guys, they really are just toys and they're just plastic, and stuff bends and breaks and stuff and wears out. But if you're using the right equipment on them, at the end of the day, your $1,000 toy is going to last you a long time. So
it's kind of like protecting your investment because you're not going to want to just throw anything at it. And a lot of people got pretty upset that I didn't introduce them to the stuff sooner, but they would just spray a different brand. I won't even say it. And then their screws would start to rust and deteriorate and stuff like that. And they're like, well, what the heck? We did exactly what you did. We seen you spraying your stuff before you put it on the shelf. Well, the whole process was the entire vehicle was clean first, and then I'll just mousse slick it before I put it away. And then that way I know next weekend when I go to grab it off the shelf for the next event, that thing's going to be dialed. It'll be all dry, no rust, all protected and ready for the next round. So I completely get what you're saying there. Just protect your investment. And those big boys are definitely a lot of money, one, just to get into, and then to hop up on top of that. People are putting some time and effort into those vehicles. And man, I definitely have a lot of respect for the ones that do bash them, because I was telling you off screen, like what happened to my X-Max, like we'll bring it to the skate park. You'll have a couple epic weekends, and you'll have that one weekend where you come up short and hit the coping on the downside, and it's all kinds of wrong.
Yeah, totally.
So Chris, one of the prizes, so I guess I want to kind of get into the prizes a little bit. So our giveaway prizes are going to be Chris's favorite product and Zach's favorite product. So we're going to have 2 winners today for our hashtag. Plus, we're going to give away a 1-year subscription, digital and a hard copy of RC Car Action magazine. So each of our 2 winners will receive a 1-year subscription. And so since we're talking to Chris about CowRC products and bashing and monster trucks, Chris, what's your favorite? If you had to pick one CowRC product, what is your most favorite one that you said, hey, I want to give this to somebody because I want them to have an awesome truck like mine?
Well, okay, so this right here was my favorite. It's the turbojet blaster. It's my favorite. And I ride motorcycles too, right? And we got the same OCD on our motorcycles, and this thing is amazing. So I told my dad I would hook him up, and that's when I got this one because I couldn't go without it. So if I had to clean all my cars with water and you know a toothbrush, I could do it as long as I could still dry it off. So,
well, how about you pick? Let's pick one that's an aerosol or a cleaner for us.
Okay. So that would be this right here, Moose Lick, just like and it just keeps the rust away and it helps protect the plastics. And after you get your car dirty, the dirt comes off easier and it doesn't stick as easy either. So,
and that's the silicone spray.
Yep, I'd say the silicone.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent. Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. I'd say that's probably my top 3 favorite products.
So Sean is asking about a brand that you run for a belt drive for an XRT.
What? So I'm PNW RC Madness, and they're just branded PNW RC Madness.
Like parts?
Yep. So I have a brand for the guys that are watching. It's PNW RC Madness. He said I could plug my business, so it is PNW.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty much available 24/7, 365 because I'm just a one-man show, and I love to play with the cars and help people out. And obviously, this is my team here, so I'm representing CowRC. Like, get yourself some CowRC. So the belt drive's just PNW RC Madness. It's just a brand, so
very cool. Now, I didn't even know the XRT was belt driven.
They're not. They're actually gear driven, but because of the mechanics, you can put pulleys in them and they fit right on the shafts. And
really,
yeah.
So there's some pretty sick upgrades then.
Yeah, you've got. I mean, your Facebook page pops up in my feed like on an hourly basis. Like you're always posting some sweet stuff, some sweet parts, and your YouTube channel is awesome. You've got almost 5,000, or you got over 5,000 followers, right?
Yeah, I slowly work on that. That's kind of how I market myself and my stuff because it's a big world out there. So.
Well, plug before we forget, plug your business so that way you can get some more subscribers and more business.
So guys, I'm Chris Olson with PNW RC Madness, and I sell a lot of upgrades for the Traxxas XRT. I sell a lot of GPM parts, mainly everything you can get. I sell J Concept tires and just whatever your heart desires for those 2 trucks and a few other Traxxas trucks, Sledge, Max, and whatnot. And we're out here in Washington, Tacoma, Puyallup area, and we're just trying to grow the community as big as we can, and trying to get the word out about CowRC because it's amazing and the team's amazing. So I'm just happy to be here, guys.
Honestly, it's been a great ride, and the things and the content that you two both create are amazing. I keep going back to Zach's like video content and stuff like that. If you ever want to see a video start to finish of how to properly prep a race vehicle, and I showed my son this, and I'm like, if you just do this, and he thinks he can do it in 2 minutes now because Zach's video was pretty quick with all the cuts and stuff, but he actually is cleaning and helping maintain his products with the CowRC stuff, and it is super cool to see because, like I was telling you guys, he's only 12, so for him to start doing that stuff now, it's awesome. And I think that's why he's starting to show better results, and he's actually learning and thinking about what changes will do to make the vehicle better. And if it wasn't for Heath, holy cow, the amount of parts and chassis wash that he goes through now is just crazy. But we use the power washer that Chris was showing off, and he loves it. So he'll power wash it, agitate everything, brush it all off, and then we hit it with the variable speed. Yeah, with the variable speed blaster now, and it is the 1-2 hit combo. If you have both of those on hand, you can pretty much clean just about anything. And yeah, I love mine. Yeah,
I wanted to mention one thing that's really awesome about these things. It's pretty cool. So, we all like to customize our cars and paint our bodies, do this and that. When you get these awesome things, you can pick out these really cool skins for them.
The hot rod.
got them installed yet, but guys, I'm always trying. Before you install your skin, you can get this right here, your cow, and wipe it all off before you get them installed, and you'll be all hooked up. All right, sorry guys.
Yeah, no, it's good. That video, John, is on the actual CowRC page. It was such a banger video. I've shared it to almost all of the people that were interested in CowRC products, just because all of my friends are racers, and to see Zack going through step by step the process and what to use it on. We also have a pillow ball style car. So what he was showing off just kind of played right into the whole S-Works kind of kit and caboodle. So Zack's stuff is very useful for me using it as demo products and stuff like that. And I always have the laptop and I do my own show. So I was kind of like cherry picking his stuff just to make sure that everybody knew, like, look at this isn't just for bashers. This isn't just for like the drag guys. This isn't just for a certain genre. It's actually for the diehard racers. And now a lot of them have been coming on board. Yeah, even for outdoors and stuff like that, Johnny. It's definitely those products that you can use. And now that they have more racer-friendly products like the hide wipes and the tire wash, and there's no stopping it now. I'm loving those products as well.
So Zack, you wanted to talk. Well, go ahead, Zack.
I was going to touch on what Adam was talking about. There's a lot of that great content that's actually being posted on the CowRC YouTube page. Some of it's content that I don't necessarily see like pop up on Facebook or not, but that's another place that people can go if you want to see some of the content and product use is the CowRC YouTube page.
Very good point.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So Zack, when you got into CowRC, like, help us, you're a huge Facebook content creator, and you're kind of like, you're kind of your own guy, privately making cool content about CowRC products, and kind of show us, like, tell us how you got involved with CowRC, how'd you get on the team, and kind of the process, because I know there's a lot of people out there that like creating content, they like CowRC products, and they might be interested in being on the factory team. So help us understand how your journey to where you are now.
Mine all started, again, with the chassis wash. I was somebody that used another product and started noticing my plastics graying out on the buggy that I was running at the time. The plastics just lost that black luster to them. They got gray, they got dull. So it was actually another factory team member, Kyle Hermans, who had let me try some of his chassis wash, the old formula, not the new ceramic. And I kind of liked it and started using it, and placed my first order for one of the extra large maintenance packages. And just kind of kept going with there for everything for CowRC. And, everybody that knows Heath knows that his customer service is gold standard.
Yeah,
absolutely. And from the first time I'd ever talked with him, basically I'd placed an order. I had a tub of hide wipes that had leaked out inside the box, and Heath had reached out to me about it, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to send you, a replacement." And I'm like, "Okay." I mean, it didn't really bother me, but I mean, this was funny because he called me at like midnight, and I just happened to be up, and it just blew me away. It's like, I actually told my wife, I'm like, "Hey, the owner of this company just called me about this order, and he's going to, replace it." And it was just, I said, something that I hadn't really had before in a company, because I'd said a long time ago, like, CowRC has the business that you want to do business with, and I still believe that.
Yeah.
But getting on to with the factory team was following the CowRC fan page, starting posting photos of my products or CowRC products as I use them, and kind of started getting more into the videos, not necessarily wanting to do like a review video of something, but just showing people that's, hey, this is how the product applies to me, how it applies to racing an 8th scale. And over time, it was Mike Panacchia that had reached out to me, asked me if I was interested in a position on the factory team, which I said yes. And from there, it was a good 3-month period, 4-month period of just steadily, posting to the fan page, trying to submit, nice, high quality photos. And then after that, it was another phone call with Mike, a phone call with Heath, very long, like hour-long phone call with Heath about the requirements to be on the factory team and what was expected. And from there, and it's been almost a year now coming up that I've been on the factory team. This summer will be a year, and it's been an absolute ball. Definitely, I don't want to say like out of all the people that I'm sponsored with through racing, the CowRC Factory Team is hands down the most active factory team that I am a part of.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's kind of what it's all about. It's a very, I would say, a different team than a lot of other typical like team setups, because you hear about silly season in October and November where everyone jumps teams, they get on new teams, and that they only open up team recruiting one time a year. But CowRC is different because we're constantly recruiting. I mean, we're always looking for new people, like you two guys that are posting great content. I mean, you guys are very different from the RC, from different sides of the country. So it's cool to kind of see you guys, you race different, you're using different vehicles, different sides of the country, business owner and then a privateer. It's cool to see that difference being in one team. And then that's what makes it fun is it's having those different experiences, which helps other people in the team improve their content creation, draw new team members to the team eventually. And it's just a very neat, diverse program.
Yeah, and that's, I still believe, like you were talking about like silly season and sponsorships. I'll say if you're interested in being on the factory team, it is worth working for. I still believe that. Go ahead.
Oh, you said working. We got to work. It's hard work.
I'm saying it's worth it though. It is worth putting in the effort. And to me, I mean, what's like our minimum requirements? We all know what the minimum requirements are. Just 3 submissions a year for the team. It's not like Heath is asking an enormous amount from us. But I've got nothing bad to say about being on the factory team for the last year. I'd encourage anybody to try for it.
No, that's great. So you've been on the team for a year, Zach, and you've been using the products for over a year. So out of from your aerosols, your cleaners, what's your favorite product? Your one go-to product? Chris had the Mousse Slick silicone. What's yours?
The electrical cleaner and degreaser.
That's my favorite too.
It's probably it is the one product that I go through and order the most of. Whether it's disassembling a motor, cleaning it out, prepping tire beads, go through a lot of tires in racing, cleaning out ESCs. Absolutely my go-to. And I'll touch on this. You see a lot of people on the fan page or say it's like, oh, it's just a can of brake cleaner. I can tell you, I've been a mechanic for pushing 20 years now. I have had my share of brake cleaner in my hand. This is not just a can of brake cleaner. So that's why I would suggest, actually using the electrical cleaner and degreaser. I have seen automotive grade brake cleaners that will actually deteriorate neat plastic. There are some out there that are aggressive. And again, that's from 20 years of being a mechanic and being around it. But the CowRC electrical cleaner and degreaser, I have absolutely no issue with being on my electronics. If I get some oversprayed on my plastics, I'm not worried about hurting them one bit. But I think that's like a big common misconception that a lot of people think that it's just brake cleaner. It's been rebadged, and I can say it's not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm so glad. I knew that you were a mechanic, and I wish I would have asked you these questions before, because that's a whole nother alley that we could go down. And I'm glad that you're a person who, uses automotive products on a daily and understands how they're not suitable for toy cars. Right. They are extremely corrosive, extremely thick. I mean, going to utter butter, and then, people are using automotive greases for diff lubrication. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I used black high pressure grease in my diffs before going to the utter butter. And utter butter is far superior to it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, automotive stuff is made for automotive stuff, and CowRC is made for RC.
Very well said.
I would not have sprayed brake clean on my Teak electronics to clean that. You know what I mean? And on the show, we showed them that you could actually clean the ESC spraying the electronics cleaner right on it. And everybody was like surprised kind of. And when it fired right back up, everybody's like, oh, okay. Because like that's a lot of money you'd be throwing away if you actually sprayed brake cleaner onto any ESC for that matter. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely crazy. Never ever on my Teakins. Yeah, that's awesome. But that was a good point, because everybody else started commenting that they agree 100% with you, and definitely notice a difference with that for sure. But we actually have to give some stuff away. We got 25 people up in there. So if you want to get in on the draws, it's hashtag race/bash and get it in there. We will definitely give some stuff away. So we'll give you guys a few minutes to get in here. We got 25 entries. So if you comment race/bash, you can get entered in to win. We'll give you a couple seconds. Yeah, man.
Yeah, as I say, we got almost 40 folks watching right now. So
there we
go.
Few
will be missing. I see we got a couple guys coming in here, and Zach is he's a very frequent winner, so you guys don't have to worry about him taking your prizes today.
Oh,
he can't win.
I've won a few times.
Oh, guys, this is an awesome one. Jeffrey, yes, I am another one waiting for the concentrate tire wash. I believe that he gave us a thumbs up on one of the previous shows when that was brought up. And I seen somebody else talking about the gift box. CowRC does not have a monthly subscription box.
It would be an interesting idea, though. I like the idea.
Well, I know that Heath has worked with Mark Santa Maria in their box club, the RC Box Club. I know me and you showed it on the show, and my wife got it for me now, so I also get the monthly box subscription. So it is
cool. You just have to wait. You just have to wait for that time of the year where you get the CowRC goodies in it.
I'm sure Heath will do another one, especially now with all the minis coming out. So that'll be a cool new box. But just getting it is pretty cool. Zach mixes his tire wash 4-to-1.
Actually, no, that's very true. I take a whole where there's a liter or quart of the tire wash, and I mix it into a gallon jug of water. And that's how I clean my buggy tires, and it comes out still just amazing. Nice, clean, not messing with the compounds, anything. Everything still feels sticky out of the package. So yes, you definitely can take this and reduce it down. It is, I'm not going to say it's aggressive out of the bottle. I mean, you can use it straight, but if you're looking to stretch out the product, or maybe you don't run in the mud a whole lot, your tires maybe stay a little bit cleaner, definitely try reducing this down. Like I said, 1 quart into a gallon has been perfect for me with racing.
Nice. Nothing wrong with that. I actually experimented with cutting it down this weekend because we were using the I wanted to give this guy a plug. I'll have to when I unpack it. but it's a tire clean station that you can order online, and you just hook up your drill attachment to it. And this thing has been a lifesaver, especially with having me and my kids racing. We raced 8 classes this weekend. So imagine trying to keep up with tires for that. It was there you go. Yeah, the box station there. Yeah. It's awesome. And having the drill attachment for it, we put in, I think it was like 75-25. So I did cut it down a little bit, and I didn't notice any difference really. Just when I had to replace it, because man, it was muddy. It rained all day Friday. Right. So thank God we had more girly CowRC options. Yeah, my daughter wants that too. But it was super cool to go through it and get them clean. And we just started with the dialed RC tires. So we're going to just try it all with the tire wash. And we're going to see if Heath's claims are correct. Because I know for the on-road stuff, we started with the tire wash. And we did get longer life cycles out of our touring car tires and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing and reporting back on the off-road package now, because this weekend was our first race. So I'm definitely looking forward to trialing it out. And if you're doing it 50-50, I think I'm going to cut it down myself and give that a whirl next time out, just to, like you said, make the product stretch a little bit longer. And then when you're replacing it, you're not dumping out like, a whole gallon of tire wash.
Right.
50-50. Definitely going to try
that. Before we give away our hashtag prizes, we forgot our unboxing.
That's right. Hold on. Yeah, let's get
box
back.
Is sitting there that nobody has opened. So go for it.
All right.
And I'm not opening mine because I cheated.
It's like you put the stickers on, eh?
I'm gonna wait.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I am going to be soldering up.
There it is.
The solder mat.
That is sick. It looks better in person than on your desk, that's for sure.
That's right. Well, the awesome thing is you have to. So I had the prototype for a couple months, and it was much thinner than the actual production. So this is very thick. It is thick. I mean, this is probably at least 30% thicker than the prototype. So it's heavy duty. So kind of talking a couple things about the solder mat here. So they're all landed and they are in stock now. So all pre-orders is shipped. I think we got ours a little early, so I think I got mine on Thursday it arrived. So most of you should be getting it very early this coming week. So if you have a pre-order, be patient. It should be getting to you any day now. And it'll be worth the wait for sure. Yeah. And so for whoever hasn't pre-ordered yet, there are $17.99. So the pre-order sale's over. There was a discount on that. So that's has completed. So the price on those now is $17.99. Obviously use our Cow-Tech code for 10% off. So you're gonna save 10% off of that. And enjoy it. So if you're doing a whole lot of motor builds, soldering, this is your tool. And the nice thing is it fits within the small Carbon Series mat. So this is what it's designed for here. So this is its real, this is its true home here. There's nothing wrong with using it without the Carbon Series mat, but this is a nice combination where you can put your tools, put some parts and pieces on the sides, also protect your workspace, kind of gives you a little bit of a bigger workspace, and then put all your hot solder parts and pieces on the solder mat.
Man, that's going to be awesome because my motor is on the way, and I will be able to solder up my new RX4 Tekin with the 2650 big boy. So it should be pretty good. Now I have a solder mat. I can protect my stuff because I don't know if you guys heard the story. I didn't know about the splatter would wreck the mat. I wrecked my freaking mat. I called Heath crying a little bit. So now we actually came up with I'll have like a magnetic on top of my custom mats now. And then that way, if I mess it up, I only have to do a replacement little piece instead of my big mat, because I have a custom Ross Racing one, and I can't believe I cried a little bit. I was like, man, I'm so dumb. But having this has been in the works. How long has he been working on this now?
It's been like a year. It's been like a year, I think. I went through and looked. I mean, in one of our early Cow Tech episodes, we were just showing the drawing of it. It's got to have been 20 episodes ago.
Yeah, it was
that.
Oh, wow. Like, I've been waiting for it ever since, because obviously having my kids in it, we're soldering and cleaning a lot. And believe it or not, with all the tweaking, twisting, and kids reefing on the plugs to get their batteries unplugged and everything like that, we replaced the wires. I'm going to say about midway through the season, unless something damages or something like that. But that way you're always sure, because you don't want to, man, these ESCs and electronics now are pretty pricey. You want to make sure that you get your money out of it. And the reason why I went with the RX4, Johnny, is I wanted it to be full waterproof. So all of the other electronics got the CowRC formal coating, and this thing, would I jump it into a pool? No, probably not. But I'm not going to be scared about getting it a little wet now. So that is the reason why I ended up going with the RX4. And not only that, the RX4, with the power that it possesses, is going to be next level for what I'm trying to achieve in my basher setup this time. Basically just trying to hang with the Krakens and all that, the Cratons and everything. And I'm really close to that kind of setup. They're saying that wings aren't legal, but every Kraton that I've seen has a wing on it. So I'm thinking I'm going to leave the wing mount on here and just set it up kind of like a race basher, I guess is what I'm going to call it. Oh yeah, there's Heath chiming in. Yeah. Because like, man, I know, like, when I got the first picture, because I solder a lot, and being the Tekin guy in Canada as well, I have a lot of people coming through my pits, and of course I'm going to solder everything up for them, because at an event, if you're investing, $350+ because you just blew up another ESC, I'm going to make sure that you get it in and installed correctly, just so you can get out and finish your event. So definitely going to get a lot of use in the Ross Racing area. Come and check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure. So we got to give some stuff away though.
Yeah, let's do that. So let's do our first item here. We're going to do Chris's favorite, which is the Mouselick silicone spray, and a 1-year subscription to RC Car Action magazine.
Oh yeah. All right, so here we go. Good luck, everybody. Oh, somebody's sneaking it in. Corey, good luck, bud. Right at the last minute.
33 entries. Oh,
Doug. Oh, man, because we were talking about how nice his avatar was. We had to show it off in full screen.
That's right. That's what you get when you accept the avatar permission. So
yeah,
congrats.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And it makes it easier for us too to kind of share with you guys, right? There you go. He's like, that's awesome. Super cool. All right. And now prize number 2 is going to be the electronics cleaner and a 1-year subscription to CowRC. CowRC. Yeah. Car Action, RC Car Action. All right, here we go. One more time. Johnny. Congratulations, Johnny. And thank you for all the comments, man. You definitely been helping keeping the show going, and it's been a great one. Sorry we went a little bit over, but man, having you guys on board was definitely a lot of fun. I appreciate you coming on. Chris, I'm going to have to reach out to you and see if I can pick your brain about fixing out my X-Max, maybe getting it to the next level. and seeing what's going on. Zach, bud, good luck at all your events. I definitely follow your stuff because being a racer at heart, it is super cool to see another diehard racer in the mix, especially the content videos, man. I'm telling you, that video is epic, man. It's one of those ones that's going to go down in CowRC infamy for sure. One of those good ones. And you guys want to say your thanks to anybody before we cut you loose?
Go ahead, Zach.
Obviously, thank you, Heath and Soldering Mat. Appreciate you guys letting me come on the show. Just thank you to the RC community, everybody here in the upstate that races. Thank you to Adam and Tyler for always putting the show on and doing an awesome job. I was going to say a reminder again, if you're looking for any other CowRC content, check out the CowRC YouTube page. A lot of great content and media that's been getting posted on there.
Absolutely. Chris, bud, what you got?
Oh, I just want to say thanks a lot for watching and supporting CowRC. And just keep wrenching, keep bashing, keep racing, keep sharing the RC community with all your friends and family. And we'll meet back here again someday. So keep on with CowRC.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, that was episode 31. I can't believe how fast it flew by. It was a great night.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know. Man, thanks for jumping on board with us and putting it up with all the little shenanigans and hiccups along the way. But hey, first show without me getting booted from my internet. How was that?
That's right. No glitching. You have light, power.
I think
it only took 31 to figure it out.
I did. Sorry, guys. I do want to thank Heath for all the awesome products and the brand new beefy solder mat. Thank you very much, Heath. And thank you to you, you guys, Adam and Tyler. You guys are super inspiring to watch and be a part of your team too. So.
Oh, we appreciate that. Thank you, guys. And thanks for taking the time to be with us tonight. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, man. Well, until next week, check out episode 32. We'll be coming back at you live from the studios and looking forward to it. So until next time, we will see you guys and girls later. Bye for now.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.